What are your thoughts on that fight?
You know, to be honest, I think Khabib is just such a machine. It's very difficult for anybody to stop him from applying that pressure on him. But Conor McGregor's been known to be stoic, be really relaxed.
Right.
And as we saw, Jose Aldo came in a little too happy with that face up, that crack. So if anybody can sneak a shot in, I think Conor's precise enough to do so.
Chad Mendes gave Conor problems on the ground, and Chad Mendes is no Khabib.
Yeah.
You know, so that's one thing I would look back. The other thing I would point out is that, for me, I believe in guys being active. Like, Conor he's fought one MMA match in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
One. Khabib has been rolling over people. He's been making the weight consistently. He's been doing the right things. He's looked good reasonably. He hadn't been finishing anybody, but he's been winning.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I think Conor's a live dog in this. I think Khabib comes at him kind of square. You know, Khabib kind of has that same rhythm, that same style. He keeps pushing forward, and he's consistent. He's tough. But Conor got that sleeper, though.
Sometimes Conor had that sleeper with Chad Mendes, though. And Chad Mendes is a lot. His reach is not as long as Khabib, and he's definitely not as aggressive with the takedown and not as good at ground and pound once you get on top. Well, so I think it's an even fight, to be honest.
The other thing.
Because it looks like it's going to happen based on what Conor did. You saw what he did with the bus and the dolly?
Yeah.
What did you make of that, first of all?
I think Conor went there for a fight to cause up some drama. I don't think he went there to, I think it went further than what he thought it would. I think he threw the dolly, and I think he bust a window and hurt people. I think he was ready to build up the biggest fight in UFC history, and he went there with that intention, but I think it went too far. I think it went a little too far, and he didn't even expect it to go that far, and, you know.
If they do fight, who do you like on that one?
So styles make matchups. People try to do MMA math where they say, oh, well, Ed, you beat Conor, so there's no way you can beat Khabib. But styles are matchups. So I think if Khabib does not correct the mistake of sitting back with his chin back and going to the side, Conor's going to put his lights out with that left hand pretty bad, pretty quickly. So he needs to correct that mistake, and he needs to learn to relax in the pocket and know that he's safe. Until he does that, he's always in danger of getting beat by a guy with knockout power like Conor McGregor. But Conor McGregor on his back, I don't feel like he has look from the past, looking at everything, I don't feel like he has a strong spirit for fighting on the ground. So some guys have a real strong spirit. They can stand up all day for 5-10 rounds as long as they're standing up. But when it goes to the ground, their spirit weakens. So I don't think Conor has a strong enough spirit to be able to withstand Khabib's ground attack over and over and over and over. So I'd have to give the edge to Khabib because I feel like there will be takedowns and Conor will not get up, and I don't know if he has the spirit to stay in the fight with a ground fight where Khabib is controlling 15 to 20 minutes of a 25-minute bout. So I'd have to give the edge to Khabib.
Way of his legacy. I mean, his legacy shouldn't be a boxing match where he was TKO'd by the greatest boxer ever. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I know.
His legacy should be the next fight after Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man. I know what you mean.
Eddie Alvarez was a masterful performance.
He's been smashing beasts.
Yeah.
He's been taking 2 belts.
Yeah.
He's just a regular guy from Ireland. He comes to America and he just lives the American dream. He don't think nobody's done before.
Yeah.
So it's terrible. It's terrible to see all this shit happen.
Yeah, because I'm saying that all these things that are happening, it's bad for him.
Yeah, of course.
It's not just bad for the sport to let him get away with it. It's
with all
bad
this
for him.
With all this happening, you don't even think of what he's been doing in the octagon.
Right. Exactly. I mean, just think about setting him up with Khabib. Having that fight. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, that would be a giant fight. That might be one of the biggest MMA fights ever to make. Him versus Khabib?
Yeah, Khabib is, what's his record, 25-0?
26 now.
26-0.
26-0.
That's amazing.
And he's barely tested.
Yeah.
He barely gets tested.
Yeah, that's amazing.
You see one little flaw in him, you get all excited.
Yeah.
Because like, ooh, look, he's keeping his chin up.
Who do you think win that fight?
What's that?
Who do you think win that fight?
It's a good question. The question is, can Conor catch him? Can Conor catch him while he's coming in?
Yeah.
And if Conor can catch him, look, Conor can knock anybody out.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you see what he did to Eddie Alvarez. You see what he did to Aldo. Nobody had ever done that to Aldo before.
That's the best strikers in the division.
Yeah. And what Conor has is incredible precision and the ability
he's so fast.
So fast.
His speed, his angles, he moves, create an angle, and he just counter the shit out of the guys, and yeah, that's all he needs.
He also moves unusual. He moves almost like a karate guy.
Yeah, he does.
You know, like wide stance, but then knocks you out like a real pro boxer. Like
the only thing I'm doubting on Conor. Yeah, you know, he's the best striker and all of that, but does he have the conditioning for Khabib?
That's a good question.
Khabib, he just keeps going and just
different animal.
Yeah,
and it's also the wrestling.
Yeah,
like Khabib's wrestling is not just a level above everybody else, but multiple levels.
Yeah,
like he just.
I heard like heavy guys. I'm talking about heavyweights talking about Khabib's pressure on the ground, being on top.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, taking that seat belt around, taking his hands, moving that leg up. You know, just neutrals the guy totally. So,
Luke Rockhold said he never loses a round in training.
Oh, he said
he doesn't lose a round.
I thought they were just going to go straight with the Tony versus Conor.
Me too.
It's smart for Conor to sit back on that.
Might as well.
You know, he's going to lose versus Tony for sure. I mean,
think?
Yeah. I don't see no way he beats. I just don't see him beating Tony Ferguson.
You see him beating Khabib?
I see him beating Khabib a lot easier than Tony.
Wow, I disagree.
You know, a lot of people say that. A lot of people are high on Khabib. I don't know, man. I just
You've been calling Khabib out since
I've been calling Khabib out for years, bro. Years, bro.
You just see holes in his game?
They know. You know, I know his manager real good, Ali.
Really?
They know. I got the juice for him. So I'm on his head. As soon as you know, he does good. He picks the right matchups for him.
He's had good matchups. I'll give you that.
Khabib's got a lot of holes in his game. You know, his footwork's terrible. His striking is terrible.
But his grappling is
it's brutal.
It's tough.
But you just have to keep moving. You have to keep moving. You gotta not let him settle. I think that's what Tony's gonna do. I think Conor would sleep him. I think he would sleep Khabib.
Damn. See,
I mean, I'm going out on a limb here.
I hear you.
He sleeps Khabib. He stands a much better chance versus Khabib than Tony.
I like his chances more. They're both tough fights. He'll probably be an underdog in both the fights. But I think against Tony Ferguson, Tony does get hit. Tony will play that game and will take, you know, a chance with striking with Conor, which is, you know, those first 2 rounds are going to be a doozy for Tony. Khabib really doesn't mess with it. He's just going to shoot right away or get an underhook on Conor. And then he gets nasty on the ground.
But I think the difference is that Tony kind of approaches the fight knowing he's going to get hit.
Yeah.
You know, even when you hit him clean, he still rolls with it a little bit. You know, he's got that experience through boxing and through a lot of years of kickboxing, you could tell. It seems when Khabib gets hit, he doesn't really expect it. You know, he's just trying to push forward. Those are the punches I think that sting you a lot more. You see, Khabib will stop in his tracks because he's coming straight forward. And against somebody with a left hand like that, I don't know. I like Tony's style a little bit better for it. You know, Tony's a little more elusive. Even though Tony does get hit, he moves well with the punches.
He has better distance control. Yeah. And then also be forget too, if the going gets rough for Tony, he can wrestle.
Yeah, exactly. He can wrestle. He can wrestle really well from the bottom too. He did a lot of sneaky things from the bottom that you just don't see anybody else doing. So I think that's the fight to make right now, if anything, because Conor's going to sit out on it. Conor's going to be smart. Make Tony versus Khabib. Winner fights Conor. And then
you think Conor fights again?
And then I'll whoop Conor's ass at the end of this year.
You think Conor fights again?
Absolutely. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. I don't see why people were even saying that he wasn't. Yeah. You know, you got $100 million. You can blow through that shit quick.
Oh, yeah.
You can blow through that shit quick.
Yeah,
you know, he like the I-8. Like, boy, he be moving.
Depending on what you like.
Yeah, he likes to move. And the man's only, what, 27?
No, he's 29 now.
29?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
how old are you?
I'm 25.
Yeah.
So I'm I'm about to catch up to his ass. Watch. He ain't got nothing but some years on me.
Yeah, I'm
telling you, boy. Watch.
Your fighters in the lightweight division, do you feel like he is scared to take fights inside of this division?
No. At the end of the day, that dude's doing whatever he wants to do. So, if you're paying, I don't even think any of us fighters in this lightweight division really care about him. As long as he is not the champion anymore, not holding up a division, I don't think any of us really give a shit. He can fight George St-Pierre. He can go fight Nate Diaz. At 3 different weight classes. Maybe all 4 of them can fight each other at the same time. Who knows? He's he can do what he wants, and I'm just gonna keep. Like I said, I define my path. I I have to focus. At the end of the day, I want the the legitimacy of this sport to come back, but I want to fight the best. I want to go through the best, and then I want to be recognized as the best, or fail doing that, fail trying. So that's what I'm here for.
The fan of me talking. When I hear you're fighting, that's something I know I'm not missing, because you're going to just see a great fight. And I think that's how all the fans feel, honestly. Like, you're a guy that people want to watch.
Yes, oh, for sure. And if you've never watched it, people are telling you to watch me fight, because humans recognize effort. I give max effort every single time. I give max effort in my preparation, and I just go in there and put it on the line. And I'm excited to fight in front of my fans. You guys are gonna be hearing crazy Gaethje chants. It's gonna be like Kung Lee in Bloodsport. Hopefully I can knock him out, get up on the fence, and be be one of my dreams. That's one of my dream come true. So we'll see how it goes.
Max is the real Hawaiian warrior. Conor is a little European punk. You know what I'm saying? Like a little Irish punk. It's like you can't it's like men and boys. And Max, he's with the men. Conor was the boys. He talk. I look good. I'm like Burger King model. Buy my sandwich, buy my chicken. Why you wanna fight with a bear like Khabib? He gonna kill him. You understand? He 100%. He's not really fighters. He only fight when he know he can win. Now he can stick to his Burger King commercials, safe bet. Maybe he can do Victoria's Secrets, some stuff, But it's okay. Max is a rule. Max is a man. Connor's, it's a boy, That's it.
When you heard the news, you got on the phone, called Dana, and told Dana, we want Conor, and then the UFC couldn't reach Conor.
I said, I don't call him Dana these days. He's my nephew.
Oh, nephew.
I call my nephew, and he say, oh, Dana's not available. His phone is not charged. He lost his charger. He's in Syria. Started a whole bunch of bullshit. But hey, Dana's my guy. I give him passes all the time, and he give me passes too. And I understand. Hey, this is his stepson. He has to protect him. You know who's Conor's daddy?
Who?
Khabib is his daddy, and he's so afraid of his daddy. You understand? But Khabib is my brother, and I'm his uncle. That make Khabib is his daddy. And this motherfucker is so afraid of his daddy, but he know his daddy is a half man, half bear, and he have an eagle claw, and that's why he don't want this. It's okay, brother. It's a shame, brother. All Irish people I know tough as fuck. He's the only soft Irish I know. Soft.